243. By the way, want to get your thoughts. I've been getting your thoughts on whether or not I ought to throw my fro into this recall election. Let me know what you think. LarryAElder@gmail.com. Larry A. What are you laughing at, Mr. McConnell? LarryAElder@gmail.com. Gavin Newsom can't throw his fro in, can he? Absolutely not. I got that up on him. He can outraise. He can out-fundraise. He can outspend. There's a surplus here of around $40 billion. He claims it's $80 billion. And already he's promising everybody who has not paid their rent another whole year not to pay rent. I can't do that. But he can't throw his fro in the race. All right. Let me start with this. Have you had your vaccine? There's a gentleman I work with who, unlike the rest of us, is still wearing a mask. And I asked him why. He said he hasn't been vaccinated yet. And so he's trying to protect himself. Because those of us, if the science is accurate, those of us who have been vaccinated can't give him anything, can't give other people anything. But presumably we could give him something. So he's wearing it to protect himself. And I said, well, why haven't you gotten vaccinated? And he said, I just don't trust it. It's too fast. And I posted something, did a video about Barack Obama denouncing people that push conspiracy theories. And I posted a picture of Barack Obama with a smiling Louis Farrakhan, the head of the Nation of Islam, who not only has made all sorts of horrific comments about Jews and about Judaism, but he also felt that the coronavirus vaccine, if it's warp speed, anything warp speed is warped, and he doesn't trust it. And somebody actually commented below, Larry, this is the only time I've ever agreed with Louis Farrakhan. So, regarding the speed at which this vaccine was created, there are a lot of people who agree with that. So, the reason I mention that is I asked my friend, how would you like getting a knock on the door from somebody in the Biden administration? Listen to President Joe Biden.
In today's briefing, we discussed how our administration is going to devote the remainder of the summer to a special focus on 5 ways to make gains in getting those of you who are unvaccinated vaccinated. Because here's the deal. We are continuing to wind down the mass vaccination sites that did so much in the spring to rapidly vaccinate those eager to get their first shot and their second shot, for that matter, if they needed a second. Now we need to go to community by community, neighborhood by neighborhood, and oftentimes door to door, literally knocking on doors.
What? Knocking on doors to find out whether or not you've been vaccinated. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Triple 971 SAGE. Give me your reaction to getting a knock on the door from somebody from the Biden administration making sure you've been vaccinated. Does anybody not know whether or not they want to be vaccinated at this point? Does anybody not know how to get it done? Does anybody not know about the pros and cons? And they're going to knock on your door, especially in the black community, because a disproportionately high percentage of blacks have not been vaccinated. And Joe Biden says the reason for that is because of the bad experience with the Tuskegee Airmen. He meant the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, had nothing to do with the airmen, but you know Joe Biden. Knocking on doors, going door to door. And you open the door and you say, no, I have not been vaccinated, don't want to be vaccinated, get out of my face. Then what? Then what? You get a ticket? You get a scolding, you get a phone call, then what? Are you kidding me? 888-971 SAGE. Is it even legal?
To get help to the remaining people protected from the virus.
To get help from the remaining people protected from the virus. Are you kidding me?
Look.
You know what? How far away is this from going door to door to make sure you don't have a so-called assault weapon? Going door to door to make sure you don't have a firearm that's not registered properly. People on the left, are you okay with this? When I was in college in the 70s, it was the left that was anti-government, anti-intrusion, anti-big government. What happened? What happened? Going door to door to make sure you've been vaccinated?
Equity, equality, it remains at the heart of our responsibility of ensuring the communities that are the hardest hit by the virus have the information and
have the information. They don't have the information. Well, what did Joe Biden say? Well, the reason a lot of people have not been vaccinated who are black is because they don't have access to the internet.
Access to get vaccinated.
Which Al Gore invented.
So, as we shift from these centralized mass vaccination sites where we're doing thousands of people a day, we're going to put even more emphasis on getting vaccinated in your community, close to home, conveniently, and a location you're already familiar with.
What are you going to do? Give them a shot right there on the steps? And then come back a couple weeks later and make sure they have the second shot? What is this?
By the end of the week, the United States will be nearing 160 million people fully vaccinated, which the President will touch on today as well, which is critically important as fully vaccinated people are protected against the Delta variant. He will also stress how the administration will continue its effort to work with governors, local leaders, and across the public and private sector to get more Americans vaccinated by making vaccines available in more healthcare settings and respond to hotspots. The President will outline 5 areas his team is focused on to get more Americans vaccinated. 1, targeted community-by-community, door-to-door outreach to get remaining Americans vaccinated by
door-to-door outreach.
Ensuring they have the information they need on how both
to make sure they have the information they need. No TV, no radio, no internet. These are just hermits. We're going door to door because they're clueless.
And accessible the vaccine is. 2, a renewed emphasis on getting the vaccines to more primary care doctors and physicians, something that we've seen as a very successful tactic with reaching groups with lower vaccination rates in the past few months.
I'm Larry Elder. Let me know what you think.